Well, good day everybody, and welcome to my channel Whisky Journey. Today I've got something a little bit different for you guys. As you can see, I have 5 samples right here. One of my subscribers hit me up on Instagram, and we ended up doing a sample swap. So I sent them some samples that they hadn't tried, and they sent me all these samples here that I hadn't tried. These are all rum releases, and I think it's a fantastic way to be able to try different drams. And sometimes I'm not sure about a bottle, or there's a bottle I'm thinking of getting, I might not want to get it, and this hobby is expensive. So it's a good way to be able to try different drams that I wouldn't normally have tried, and also to get to try drams that are out of stock or sold out. So if that's something that you're interested in, guys, you can hit me up on Instagram, Whisky Journey 175. It's also on my About page. It will be UK only, unfortunately, simply because of the shipping costs. But yeah, if that's something you're interested in at all, just hit me up. And a fantastic big shout out to the person that supplied these drams. Very, very much appreciated, and I'm really, really looking forward to trying all of these. Okay, so onto the lineup. We've got 3 Foursquares, so these first 3 bottles, first 3 samples, sorry, all from Foursquare. This one is from Enmore, and this one is from Hampden, so we're going to try that one last. Okay, so let's kick things off then, shall we, with this first one right here. So I've got my notepad here just to consult some notes. So this particular sample is a rum sponge bottling. It's a Foursquare 21-year-old, bottled in 2022, bottled at 49% ABV, 241 bottles only. And my assumption is that this is ex-bourbon cask. Okay, so we'll just get straight into the tasting notes and see what we get on this Foursquare. It's got absolutely stunning nose. I'm getting almost like pine needles, almost like a Christmas tree. It reminds me of a Christmas tree. Licorice, definitely. It's very delicate and floral, actually, for a Foursquare. It's not. It's caught me by surprise just on the nose. It's on its own. But it's still rich and decadent. Tar. Yeah, it's definitely some tarry notes. I just love that that pine needle note. There's some obvious oak as well, some wood, but it smells like old wood, old cedar wood. Yeah, that's just absolutely stunning. I'll be honest, that's probably one of the better noses I've got from Foursquare in quite some time, actually. That's a beautiful nose. I mean, the wood is present, but it's not dominant at all, in my opinion. Yeah, a touch herbal as well. Yeah, just a stunning nose. Okay, so let's just get onto the palate then and see what we get. This is lovely. Clean and fresh, vibrant, oily arrival, thick and mouth coating, heavy, greeted with some fruitiness, banana, but definitely that pine needle note really comes out for me. Petrol, a bit industrial as well. Herbal, tarry, quite a chewy dram. Part of me thinks that's not even Foursquare. That's very interesting. Dried fruits, definitely some dried fruit character as well, some pineapple. Some wood as well, but soft. Cedar wood, but aged. Aged cedar wood, not dominant at all. That is lovely. Highly impressed with that. Yeah, it's just got an absolutely stunning nose. Yeah, just herbaceous pine needles, as I said. That is just very interesting, guys. I can't say I've had a Foursquare that tastes like that. That's very interesting. That woodiness is continuing in the finish, but it's not strong. Very delicate, actually. I mean, it's only 49% ABV, so part of me thinks maybe the lower ABV or the lower strength, perhaps, it doesn't come across as powerful, but that's just lovely. Oh, a bit of floralness coming out as well, very delicate. Delicate floral note. A bit of nuttiness too as well. Yeah, that's very impressive. Very impressive. Highly enjoyable in my opinion. I mean, the palate is lovely. I think the nose for me just absolutely is killer. The nose for me is the winner for everything. I mean, the palate is lovely, but that nose, absolutely stunning. Okay, all right, so that's a really good start, guys. Highly enjoyable, that Foursquare 21-year-old. So I'm just gonna have a sip of water. As I say, guys, this will be a bit longer than usual. And what we'll do now is go on to the next Foursquare. I'm not going to add water to that. I don't think it really needs it. But we'll move on to the next Foursquare. Now, this particular Foursquare is a private Cask selection. It's a 15-year-old. This was bottled by Nickolls and Perks for their 225th anniversary. Ex-bourbon cask, 58% ABV. So higher strength than that one. I think that's why I chose that one first to the 21-year-old, because it was lower strength. I've had a lot of bourbon cask matured Foursquare, sort of that age. So it'll be interesting to see what we get on this one. I'm not sure how many bottles this one is. I think this one retails for about 100 quid, if I'm not mistaken, from what I read. So let's just get onto the nose first on this 15-year-old Foursquare. Okay, so that's more typical Foursquare for me. So rich, dried fruits, more wood influence definitely, but definitely more oaky than this one. Doesn't quite have that pine needle sort of vibe that was going on the 21-year-old. But yeah, just very rich, a very rich nose, typical Foursquare. Bananas, dried fruits, slight cola note, almost like cherry cola. Caramel, definitely. That's actually quite lovely. That's quite a lovely nose, actually. A little bit of furniture polish as well. Some leather. Yeah, that's lovely. All right, let's just get on to the taste then, shall we? Let's see what we get on this one. Lovely sweet finish. So on the palate, quite nice and thick. dates, figs, dried fruits, wood, a bit more oak forward than this one, definitely. Chewy, syrupy texture, which leads into the finish. Very, very sweet bananas, a little bit of sort of sweet and sour going on there as well. A bit of sharpness, maybe a bit of raspberry. Really nice finish actually. Lots of wood, but sweet wood. Definitely some leather in the finish as well. Just going to try this with a bit of water and see what I get. Yeah, it's much the same on the nose. Yeah, it's definitely brought out a bit more wood character. Still getting the classic notes of dates and figs and dried fruits. Maybe a little less prominent now on the nose with the water. But let's just see what it tastes like. Chocolate coming out now, definitely. Those fruits now have become more juicier, less drying perhaps. Definitely getting some oak as well, but there's the dried fruit character has become quite juicy. Juicy dates, juicy figs, furniture polish as well. Leather definitely now coming out more in the finish. Some licorice, cigar, tobacco. So on the nose, I preferred it at its full strength. I think adding that little bit of water, I think I prefer the palate, actually. Definitely for me, more juicier profile when you add a little bit of water. So that's also excellent, highly enjoyable. I think between these two though, I think I'm still going to go for the rum sponge 21-year-old. I just love that nose. And the palate is great as well, but very different Foursquare in my opinion to this one. But we've still got the Mystique to try. So this is the third Foursquare. I'm just going to take another sip. Right, so this is the third Foursquare. So as I said, this is the Foursquare Mystique, a 14-year-old, bottled by the Whisky Exchange, ex-bourbon and ex-sherry, and I think 2,950 bottles, bottled at 62% ABV. So we're climbing a little bit on the ABV now, but let's just see what we get on this Foursquare. I quite liked Whisky Exchange's Elysium, which is a 12-year-old matured in ex-bourbon, ex-sherry cask. I actually really like that release. So it'll be interesting to see what we get with a little bit more age, 2 more years of age. Okay, so nose for me perhaps a little bit more closed than on the Nickolls and Perks release. Still getting the classic Foursquare notes, dates and figs and dried fruits, wood, leather, a little bit of mustiness coming out. I assume that's from the sherry cask. Caramel. Yeah. I think this one needs a little bit of water on the nose though. It's a little bit closed for me, but we'll try it at its full strength first. Really like that finish. Spicy, sweet and sour notes. Juicy on the end as well. That's actually really nice. So on the palate, sorry, on the nose, a bit closed, but on the palate, really, really, really juicy. Nice arrival, oily texture. Definitely sharper notes coming out. Definitely more raspberry. Maybe even a bit of lemon, which is a bit unusual for a Foursquare. Definitely get on the sides of the palate. There's a little bit of puckering, a little bit of sharpness there, but it's lovely. No sulfur, as far as I can detect, on the palate and the nose as well. Dried fruit character, obviously, with dates and figs. It's a typical Foursquare, but that's also really, really enjoyable. Yeah, water hasn't changed too much on the nose. It's maybe brought out more wood. Licorice, leather. Definitely more leather notes on this one than on the other releases. Definitely picking up more leather. Some stewed fruits. Yeah, definitely cedar wood as well. Quite obvious cedar wood. But that's a lovely nose as well. Yeah, let's just try it. Reduce strength slightly. Tobacco notes as well. Let's just try it then. I love that finish. Really, really like that finish. Again, very juicy on the end. And that playfulness between sweet and sour is just divine on this one. Vanilla, but obvious sherry influence. I do like Foursquare. And when you add sherry casks into the mix, it just adds something a little bit different. I was thinking that initially on the nose, as I said, this was a bit closed for me, and I thought that this one would be, from Nickolls and Perks, I thought would be better on the palate. This one, for me, I really like this one on the palate. There's no bitterness at all. Dark chocolate, a little bit of dark chocolate, but it's not bitter chocolate, if you know what I mean. The finish lingers nicely as well. Perhaps a nicer, better finish, in my opinion, than the Nickolls and Perks one. So very difficult to decide between these three Foursquares. I think my favorite one though is going to be this one here, the 21-year-old, followed by the Mystique, and then the Nickolls and Perks release. I think this Foursquare right here from Thomspon, the 21-year-old, completely different to all the other Foursquares, and different in a very, very good way. That pine needle note is just absolutely divine. I still get it. The nose is fantastic. Even comes across as funky. And now, just nosing it now, lots more banana coming out as well. Funky banana. Just incredible, that one. Okay. All right. So what a great start to the tasting. These three Foursquares, all delicious. I do have my favorites, obviously, but fantastic releases, all the same. So my second set of notes, we're now going to the final two Drams. So this is the Enmore, this one right here, Enmore 1992. So this is a 29-year-old, bottled at 58.4% ABV, also released by Thomspon. So let's just get straight onto the nose. With this one, I'm interested to see what we get on this Enmore. It's a rum that I've never tried before. So I believe this is Guyon rum. I can never say it properly. Right. So let's just see what we get on the nose with the for this one then. Wow. Cherry, black cherries and black cherry cola. Licorice. Medicinal, almost like balm oils, medicinal balms. That's what it smells like. Yeah, that cherry note is absolutely stunning on this one. There's other fruits there too, but it's difficult to identify, but I definitely get black cherry as the main note that comes out for me on this one. Herbal, medicinal, definitely medicinal, heavy. That's almost like cough syrup. Yeah, that is absolutely stunning as well. Beautiful, beautiful nose on this one. Okay, so at its full strength, let's just try this one and see what we get. Wow, that's so unusual, and there's so many notes going on. It's really weird because when I was trying this one in my mouth, I was getting almost toast, almost like buttered toast. Really unusual. Not burnt toast, just toast, buttered toast. But then licorice, loads of licorice, plummy, even some olives as well. Herbal, medicinal, as I've said, almost like a cough syrup. And even now that finish is just lingering and lingering and lingering. Lots and lots of licorice. It's kind of fruity, but it's difficult to identify again what fruits I'm getting, but definitely plummy. That finish just sticks and sticks. A bit of wood as well, but my God, that one is just absolutely stunning on the palate and the nose. That's just that beautiful finish is just lingering. That is incredible. Just added a tiny bit of water and see what we get. So still getting that cherry cola note. Definitely more herbal now. A little bit medicinal, as I've said. Not a little bit, it is very medicinal in my opinion. It's so difficult to describe. But yeah, that's just an absolutely stunning dram. Okay, let's just try it at its reduced strength. It's that toastiness again. Buttered toast. Olives, black olives, lots of black olives now. And taste it. Black olives, licorice again, plummy, juicy now. with additional water, more juiciness. That finish is just, that's just absolutely sublime, honestly. By far, easily the best dram so far I've had. The Foursquare 21-year-old from Rumspunch, close, but that is so unique and very, very different to any other rum that I've tried. Obviously, to get to try rums as well that have licorice and plums and that sort of note, but this one is just, there's something about that finish is just absolutely incredible, and it just lingers and stays. A little bit of water, as I said, for me brings up more of olives, definitely. There's a little bit of wood, but that medicinal balm edge is just absolutely stunning as well. As I said, it reminds me of cough syrup as a child. I used to have, or my mum used to give me if I was sick. Absolutely incredible, that one. Okay, just gonna have a sip of water. As I say, guys, this is going to be slightly longer than usual. But we're now into the final dram. So this is a Hampden, 19-year-old. This was bottled by Thomspon Bros. I think this is 61% ABV. I think the person that sent the sample said it was a DOC, but looking it up, I think this is Diamond Age Marque. 371 bottles. This is Hampden 2001. Really looking forward to trying this one. I have a little bit more water. That beautiful finish was just sticking on the palate. It's lovely. Right, so last dram for the afternoon. Let's just try this Hampden from, as I say, Thomspon Bros 2001 Diamond Age, 61%. Oh, I love this. It's a mature Hampden, grilled pineapple, banana, glue, acetone, vanilla, estery and funky, but not too over the top. For a Hampden, that for me is a little bit restrained, but that's absolutely fine. This is quite delicate in my opinion. 61% ABV on the nose, wouldn't guess it. Banana milkshake, pineapple, pineapple bread, banana bread, licorice, aniseed. That's divine. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Let's just try it at its full strength and see what we get. Always puts a smile on my face, the Hampden. Beautiful. So on the palate initially, oily arrival, pineapple, glue, bananas, banana milkshake, mango, diesel, petrol, olives, brine, salt. But it's not as extreme as the last, the Hampden Diamond Age from Colours of Rum, the 10-year-old. This one is obviously more matured. The other one from Colours of Rum, a bit more aggressive, obviously slightly higher ABV, but it's more aggressive. Licorice, vanilla in the finish, more olives. That's absolutely delicious. I wish I got a bottle of this one, to be honest, guys. That's absolutely stunning. more creamy in the finish. That banana milkshake edge definitely prominent in the finish. So let's just try the nose quickly at its reduced strength. Interesting, the bit of water has toned this down a wee bit, so it's not quite as expressive, in my opinion, as natural strength of 61%. We're still getting loads of licorice, pineapple, bananas, glue and acetone, bit of wood, vanilla, anchovies, salt, lime. Yeah, that's actually really nice. I was saying it's a bit restrained, but now it's starting to come out. So the water just takes a little bit of time, and then you get all those notes. Beautiful. Right, let's try on the palate. That's just stunning as well. So everything on the nose is on the palate: pineapple, bananas, acetone and glue, olives. Not getting that sweet pastry note that I got from the previous release. The last review I did, which was the Colours Rum Diamond H. Definitely less of the pastry notes on this one. However, still beautifully fruity, elegant. For a Hampden, that to me is quite elegant, but absolutely beautiful. Lime, salt, smoked fish. Absolutely stunning as well. Really incredible. Okay, so that's pretty much my tasting done now. So what scores are, well, I'm not going to give it scores, but I'm gonna say what my favorites were. So I think the Enmore 29-year-old 1992 distillate is my favorite of the bunch. Completely different to anything else I've tried, rum wise. The finish is incredible on this one, and it just lingers and lingers and lingers. So much so that I had to have another sip of water before I tried the Hampden. Second favorite though will be this Hampden. I mean, that's just absolutely incredible. 19-year-old Diamond H, elegant but fruity and funky, absolutely stunning. Okay, third favorite has to go to the Foursquare 21-year-old from Thomspon. Again, very different to all the other Foursquares I've tried recently. The nose is the winner on this one for me, as I've said already. Highly enjoyable, this one. And next will be the Mystique from Whisky Exchange. I just love Foursquare that's got a sherry cask influence. This one for me had definitely more playfulness with the sweet and sour notes. I definitely got a lot more sourness and sweetness, raspberry, but lots of dry fruit character and typical sherry notes, but not overly done. No sulfur or anything like that, in my opinion. Highly enjoyable. And next is the Nickolls and Perks, which I also enjoyed. At the end of the day, guys, I mean, these are all fantastic rums, and I really am humbled that I was able to get these samples from one of my subscribers. It's so appreciated, and as you can see, I've still got some of the samples left, so I can get to try this later on and just enjoy it. So real privilege to be able to get these samples from my subscriber, and I hope you enjoy the samples I sent as well, mate, and look forward to seeing what you think of the samples that I sent you. But yeah, fantastic lineup, fantastic tasting. This Enmore, as I said, that's absolutely incredible. But it's expensive, so I don't think I will get a bottle, but I will savor my next sample. Okay. Right guys, as I said guys, longer video than usual, but I hope you stuck with me. I've had a fantastic time trying all of these rums, and I'll obviously be able to finish them off later. Okay. Alright guys, so as usual folks, I hope you enjoyed the tasting, and if you enjoy my content, then please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. It's always appreciated. But as usual, not much else to say except have a fantastic day. I'll see all of you again soon. Take care. Cheers.